Hi everybody, welcome back inside the Twin Rinks here at Eisenhower Park. Carmine Vetrano with you, and alongside me, one of the co-founders here of this USHL Atlantic Challenge, Ron Freidman. And Ron, here we are, day two. Yesterday, I know, a crazy day, but finally you guys were able to, get this tournament going here at your home facility. I know last year it was in New Jersey, but how gratifying, how satisfying is it to finally see it open up here?
Oh, it's tremendous, Carmine. It's really a pleasure to be able to have the top quality teams in the country playing in our facility here on Long Island. First time you've ever had USHL teams playing in New York on Long Island in the home facility here. Beautiful state-of-the-art facility, plenty of scouts in the building, college scouts, NHL scouts. It's a great environment. The kids are having a ball. It's high-end hockey. It's a great way to start off the hockey season. We're just thrilled to have it here.
For you and the other people that started this tournament and the vision that you were mentioning of getting USHL action here on Long Island, let's talk about yesterday, those games between Muskegon, the USA National Development Team, to see the crowd, to see the atmosphere. How amazing was that to just kind of see it come to fruition?
Oh, it's really, it's the culmination of a lot of hard work and a lot of effort, and really an army of people that are working with us, from the American Atlantic Metropolitan Youth Hockey League, from the Met League to the AYHL, to all the people from the Gulls organization, the Bobcats organization, all the Twin Rinks employees. There is a large army of people really helping make this happen. But from the ownership group, from my brother Joel and I and Chris and Peter Ferraro, when we looked at doing an acquisition of the Muskegon Lumberjacks, this was something we thought would be a great thing to do for the East Coast hockey and for the development of junior and midget and youth players here on the East Coast, to get to see what the USHL is all about, how it's at the top of the development ladder of the pyramid, so that those players can be exposed to the national exposure that they're required to see in order to get to the college levels. And being able to do that at our home facility, seeing 2,400 people here watching Muskegon, the national team, it's really it's tremendous. But a lot of energy, a lot of hard work, and quite frankly, we tried to come up with some of the ideas, but a lot of the operators that are helping us run the tournament and run the challenge, it's been a challenge, but it's a lot of hard work and effort by a lot of people.
In some of the games yesterday, there were a lot of former Gulls representing the Gulls in USHL jerseys. How gratifying is it to see that, Long Islanders can exceed to that next level? And as you mentioned, with the scouts in the attendance and looking at the youth programs, the Bobcats, Gulls, and other youth programs here, it kind of puts Long Island back on the map for hockey.
Oh, certainly, 100%. Long Island has always been a hotbed for hockey players. It's always been a function of, to get to the highest levels of development, those players from Long Island potentially would have to leave. And so it's been our hope and desire to create an environment where those players can stay here from their mites through their juniors and be able to get the development and get the exposure right here in their home base. And certainly seeing yesterday those Gulls players that have been able to stay local as long as they can and then succeed by playing for the Lincoln Stars, by playing for the Muskegon Lumberjacks, by playing on the National Team Development Program, it doesn't get much better than that. So it's gratifying. The Gulls have a long history, the Bobcats have a long history. There are a number of organizations in the tri-state area that have a rich history, and being able to keep those talented players as close to home, living with mom and dad as long as possible, is certainly something that's probably great for their development. So having the coaching and having the capability to do that right here at our home base at Twin Rinks is something that we really aspire to achieve, and I think we're well on our way to doing that.
After tomorrow, when that final horn goes, the final buzzer, this USHL Atlantic Challenge 2014 is put to bed. Is 2015 already getting started? I mean, what are some of the goals for you guys once this is put to bed to get next year even better?
We've already started doing some self-analysis. We're very constructively critical of our operations and of the event, and we already have a number of items that we think we can do better next year. But quite frankly, from where we were a year ago to today, I think it's already better, dramatically so. And I thought last year was a terrific event, so I think we've kicked it up a notch. We want to continue to raise the bar to do things right here in everybody's home base, in a convenient location, with a wonderful environment that's supportive, close hotels, great restaurants, easy to get to. we believe this is an environment that we can replicate a number of times a year. Being involved with the USHL and having the ability to do the Atlantic Challenge here year after year is something that, you know, would be terrific. We look forward to doing it. We've already started planning the 2015 Challenge, and I think it'll just be an event that'll continue to grow.
A fantastic facility. I applaud you and your staff. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Carmine. Have a great day.
Thank you.